There's a lot of discussion going on right now in the industry about building serverless applications. And one of the main services in Azure you use to do that is Azure Functions. You can see here we're on the service homepage for Azure Functions, and they say that you can accelerate your development environment, your development process with this event-driven service. It's a serverless compute experience. You could scale on demand and pay only for the resources that you consume. So let me take you over to the portal. There's a couple of things you want to think about if you're building a serverless application and you're thinking about scalability and high availability. So let's go create a resource. We'll look for functions. We'll create a function app. And of course, just like any other resource, as you're building this, you give the app a name under azurewebsites.net. You put it in a resource group. You pick the platform, Windows or Linux. But the main consideration here is the hosting plan. And so what you'll see here is it defaults to consumption plan for the hosting plan for this function app. And so what it says here in this little dialog is a consumption plan lets you pay per execution and dynamically allocates resources based on your application's load. And so really the key word there is dynamically allocates resources, because what that means is that you don't have to worry about any auto-scaling configuration. The Azure team is going to see the load that comes in from your users, and it's going to scale copies of your function across a fleet of existing virtual machines in the background that you don't even have to worry about. So if you pick this consumption plan, you don't have to worry about scalability, you don't have to worry about high availability, and you're only paying for the code as it executes. You're not even paying for anything. It's running idle like you do on a virtual machine. So it's a very compelling model. Now, the alternate to this hosting plan is you can actually store your functions or run your functions on an existing app service plan. And we know from experience that app service plans actually are a per month charge. And the different plans in there have different capabilities in terms of manually scaling and auto scaling. And so if you're thinking about serverless applications, it's going to be a lot easier for you to design a serverless application using the consumption plan, because you don't have to worry about scalability. You don't have to worry about eliminating single points of failure, and there's less idle resources that you'll have to pay for. So as a design consideration, you'll probably want to think about using the consumption plan for your Azure Functions, unless you already have tons of app service plans and you've already got an investment and you're already paying for that infrastructure. And again, we've talked about a lot of load balancing concepts here, and we're going to go deeper into this once we cover a few more things and we get into networking. We'll build a few more things out so you get a clearer picture of how this stuff all ties together. But we're actually at the end of this module now on auto scaling, so let's hop over to the module summary. We'll do a quick recap.